Hello everyone. Today I will be explaining the rules to the game Dixit. Dixit is it's a bit of a party game. It's similar to Balderdash with a bit of a creative twist to it. In this game, players will take turns being the storyteller, and the storyteller will describe one of the cards in their hand. The other players will look at the cards in their hand and try to find a card that best matches that description. Then they all turn in that card to the storyteller, who adds his own card, lays them out, and then the players will vote on which card they think is the storyteller's card. The players score points for guessing the storyteller's card correctly, and also for having other people vote on their card. These are the basic components of the game. We have the game board, well, it's basically a scoring track, and it sits inside the game box. We have little rabbit-shaped scoring markers, one for each player. We also have voting tiles. There's one set for each player. They're numbered 1 through 6. And the main component of the game is the deck of cards. There's a wide variety of illustrations. They're all very interesting, random, very pretty. I've shown them a few of them here. Those are the basic components of the game. To begin playing, you deal 6 cards to each player. Each player takes their scoring marker, puts it over here in the 0, and each player takes one set of voting tiles. They're numbered 1 through 6. You take as many voting tiles as there are players, and the rest can go in here inside the storage area in the box. To start the game, you choose a player to be the first storyteller. The rules say the way to do this is to just have one player declare themselves the storyteller as soon as they have a story that they want to share about one of the cards. So once somebody chimes in, you're ready to start. The storyteller will describe one of the cards in their hand. The rules are kind of free on what it means to describe. You're free to sing, you can mime, you can say a word. The rules say to limit it to a single sentence. So you can say a phrase or a single word, or just act something out. I think the game tries to encourage creativity, so try to be creative with your descriptions. Once the storyteller has described one of the cards, then all the players look through their hand of cards and choose one card that they think best matches the storyteller's description. Then they hand that card face down to the storyteller. Once the storyteller has cards from all the other players, he will add the card that he was describing from his hand to the group, shuffle them up, and lay them out. So, for example, if we were playing with 6 players, let's say that these were the 6 cards that were laid out. Players will then look at the cards and vote on which one they think is the storyteller's card. The storyteller does not vote, obviously, so just all the other players will try to vote on the storyteller's card. The way voting happens is with these voting tiles. So let's say this was card number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say I thought that this card here was the storyteller's card, card number 3. I would take my number 3 voting tile and lay it face down in front of my play area. Once all the players have tiles in front of them, you flip them over, and then you begin scoring. One thing that I have found that helps, since the since the storyteller doesn't vote, it's good if the storyteller takes his number 1 tile and just puts it next to one of the cards. That way, when I played the game, I found that people kind of lose track of which card's number 1, which card's number 6. So this is a good way of just remind people which card is card number 1. Now I will talk about scoring. When the storyteller describes their card, the storyteller wants to describe the card well enough that at least one person will guess the card, but you don't want the description to be so specific or precise that everybody guesses the card, and here's the reason why. If everybody or if nobody guesses the storyteller's card, then the storyteller scores 0 points, and everybody else will score 2 points on the scoring track. Otherwise, I've laid out an example here of one potential way that it could play out. Say we had 6 players, and let's say that the storyteller's card is this one, card number 1. In this case, all the other players voted 1, 1, 6, 4, and 4. So, since there was at least one player who gets the storyteller's card, and not everybody gets the storyteller's card, the storyteller would score 3 points in this case. Also, anybody who correctly gets the storyteller's card would score 3 points as well. So in this case, the storyteller scores 3, the green player scores 3, and the white player scores 3. Additionally, in the situation where either nobody guesses the storyteller's card, or one of the standard examples where just some of the players guess the storyteller's card, everybody else whose card was voted on would also score 1 point. So in this case, the red player voted for card number 6. So whoever played card number 6 would also get 1 point in addition to any other points they would have gotten for guessing the storyteller's card. And the blue player and the yellow player voted for card number 4. So whoever played card number 4, in this case, would get 2 points, 1 for each player who voted for their card. So that's pretty much it for scoring. So once scoring is complete, all the cards that were played this round are gathered up and set aside for the rest of the game. And all the players draw 1 new card to replenish their hand back to 6, and then the next player clockwise from the storyteller becomes the new storyteller, and you play another round. The game continues until the last card from the deck is drawn, and at that point the game ends immediately. So you don't actually finish that last round. As soon as the last card is drawn, that's it. The game ends, and whoever is furthest ahead in the scoring track will be the winner. The game is intended to be played by 4 to 6 players. There's a variant in the rules to play with 3 players, where in that case all the players have 7 cards in their hand, and all the players except the storyteller will play 2 cards instead of 1. The game works okay that way. There's also changes to scoring. Whenever the storyteller's card is guessed correctly, both the storyteller and the players who, or I guess with 3 players, it would be the player who guessed it, would get 4 points instead of 3. And the game works okay for like that with 3 players, but I find it works better when there's 4 or more players. So that's basically it. It's a fun game when you have a lot of people, and it's easy to get people to play with all the cute little rabbits and everything and the nice cards. I think it's designed to appeal to more creative players or more artistic players that will really get into the cards and find something in there to share. But it's a lot of fun, and it can handle up to 6 players. So there's also expansions that let the game go up to 12 players. So I hope you give the game a try. It's a lot of fun, and thanks for watching.